good morning to all my sweet and lovely students. Myself, Kavita teacher from Barve Nagar, Mumbai Public School, welcomes you all. Children, before we for the survival in our day-to-day life, we require many things, right? When we get up early in the morning, we require milk, we drink tea, we require fruits, etc. There are many needs, but we are going to talk about only basic needs. I'm not going to tell you directly. I'm sure few of you must be knowing what are the basic needs. So I'm going to show you the actions and you have to tell me that what is that basic need. Okay? The first one. What is that? Any answers? Yes, it is food. Very good. The second one is correct. It is water. Children, you can tell the answer. You can also write your answers in the chat box. Also, you can say your answer. I would unmute you all. Okay, very good. I can see the answers on the screen. Okay, now the third one. Yes, very good. It is shelter. And the fourth one is clothing. Very good. The fourth one is children, clothing. So these are the four basic needs. Okay, apart from this children, there are many other uh, needs also, like education, then health, air, etc. Okay, now children, I'm going to show you some pictures and you have to tell me that who are there in those. Yes, now see children, just now we saw about the basic needs. You can also see the picture of that: food, water, shelter and clothing. Now see children, on your screen, you can see the picture and you have to tell me that in the first picture, what is going on? Yes, who can give me the answer? In the first picture, what that lady is doing? Who is she? Yes, very good. She is a teacher. I got the answer that she is a teacher. Very good. Now children, please observe the second picture. Who is that man? Who is he? Yes, he is a farmer. Very good. Now, third picture. Who is there in the third picture? Correct. You are right. He is a doctor. Now, children, see the fourth picture and tell me who is that man? Yes, he is the milkman, the person who comes early in the morning to give you the milk. Next picture. What that man is doing? He is making the pot. So he is called potter. Very good. The next person in the picture, what he's doing? Where he's sitting? In the shop. So he is a shopkeeper. And the last picture, yes, he is having, yes, he is the poultry man or chicken farmer. Okay. So children, you could identify all the pictures correctly. So very good children. Nice observation. Now, I would like to ask you few questions based on that. What does your father do? Yes, anybody would like to answer? Any child will do. What does your father do? Yes, you can also give your answers in the chat box. What your father is doing? He must be doing some, he
must be doing some business, or he must be doing a job, you know. So yes, anybody from you? Okay, one of the child told that his father is working in a company. Okay, means he is doing job. Okay, anybody else? Okay, somebody told me that his father is a policeman. Okay, good. Now let me ask you second question. What did your grandfather do? Grandfather means your father's father. Anybody would like to answer? Okay, one of the child told me that his grandfather is a farmer. Very good. And somebody else? Okay, one of the child told me that his grandfather is a potter. Very good. Okay, children. Now this was all about your father and your grandfather. Let me ask you, children, that when you will grown up, okay, what would you like to be when you grow up? Means what is your ambition? What do you want to become? Yes, you can give the answers. I could see some answers in the chat box. Okay, one of the girl told me, Aditi Yadav, she told me that she want to be a doctor when she grow up. Very good. Okay, one another child told me, Samsher, he also told that he want to be a doctor. And Jamuna, she's telling that she want to be a teacher. Very good. So we will have, you know, good doctors and good teachers in future. So I wish best of luck to you. So children, I just want to tell you, see, these are different occupations. Okay. And we would like to be something when we grow up. But children, let me tell you that these are different occupations, but we also have the different types in occupation. Okay. Okay, children. Now just see the blackboard. I hope you can see it. Okay. So let me tell you that there are four types of occupation, children. How many types? Four types of occupations. We will divide this into four categories. The first one is nature based occupation. First one is nature based occupation. The second one is manufacturing or manufacture. Third one is the trade. Trade means any kind of business. And the fourth one is providing services. Okay. So nature based occupation means what? Once again, I would like to repeat so that you should understand it properly. We saw, children, different kinds of occupations, right? Somebody want to be a teacher, somebody wants to be a doctor. Okay. So now I just want to tell you that there are different categories. Okay. So first one is nature based occupation. Nature based occupation means which is dependent on nature. Second one is manufacture. Manufacture means to produce something or to make something. Okay, children. The third one is trade. Trade means any kind of business. It can be undertaken on the small scale or on the large scale. Okay. And the number four is providing services. Like few of the children, some few girls and boys, they said just now that somebody wants to be a doctor and some said she want to be a teacher. So children, this what you want to become, it comes in the category of providing services. Okay. Now I would like to give you few examples for all these categories so that you can understand the concept very nicely. Okay. So I'm going to share some slide with you, some pictures and some examples. Okay. See children, you can see this picture. What they are doing, can you tell me something? Yes, very good. They are doing the work of agriculture. So this is one of the examples of nature-based occupation. The second example in this category is fishing. Okay. Again, fishing is, it's a nature-based occupation. Okay. So these are the two examples. There are many examples, children, but I would like to share only two examples with you. That is agriculture and fishing. Now, the second one is manufacture. Manufacture, I told you, manufacturing means to produce something, to make something, to create something. So for this, we have got the example of manufacturing automobiles. That means manufacturing cars, buses, any two vehicle, four vehicle. These are the examples of manufacture. Okay. Now in this category, we also have pots, pottery. That means making of pots. This also comes in the category of manufacture or manufacturing. The third example I would like to give you about making cloth. Okay. So here clothes are being made. All right. Now see, clothes can be made on, again, on it can be made on a small scale as well as on the large scale. Thank you, children. You're giving very nice responses to me. Okay, the next one we'll talk about the trade. Trade, I just told you just now. Trade is nothing but it is involving any kind of business. It could be selling, purchasing, any kind. It could be, selling of farm products like wheat, jawar, bajra, pulses, etc. Or it could be selling uh, different kinds of vegetables or fruits. Okay, yeah. So he is a vegetable seller. Fine. So I hope, children, the idea must be clear to you. In this picture, you can see that there are various kinds of things available: juices, different kinds of jams, pulses, cereals, etc. So all such things are available when we visit a shop, and shopkeeper provides us all such varieties. Okay, so we have done with the types of occupation, children. Now let me talk about agriculture. Agriculture is the main occupation in our country. I think many of you must be knowing this, right? Before that, one more occupation I would like to tell you, that is providing services, which many of you said that you want to be a teacher or you want to be a doctor, like that. So I just want to give you a few examples of that. On the screen, you can see that when it is about providing services, so we have different occupations involved here. That is of a teacher, waitress, chef, taxi driver, firefighter, doctor, and police officer. So these are the various examples of providing services. Okay. So we have done, children, 4 occupations today. That is nature-based occupation. Once again, I would like to revise: manufacture, third one is trade, and the fourth one is providing service. We have completed all the 4 types of occupation, and also we have done their examples. So I think now the concept must be very clear to you. Now, children, let us talk about agriculture. As I told you, agriculture is the main occupation in our country, and we are mainly dependent on agriculture. But, children, it is not necessary that, in India, there is a huge population. So many people are there. Huge population is there in our country. So, each and every person cannot depend. Do they involve themselves in some other business or in some other work? Now, let me tell you that through agriculture, we get so many things. Can you tell me, children, what all things we get when we do, or when farmers they do the work of agriculture? Yes, any answers from you? What do we get from the field, from the farm? As somebody said that no, his grandfather is a farmer, and you must be visiting your village very often. So, can you tell me what all things do we get from the field, from the farm? Yes, you can give your answers. Very good. Somebody said that we get fruits. Okay. Somebody, yeah, one of the child, he says that we get vegetables. Very good. So we get different kinds of fruits, vegetables in the market, which comes from the farm. Also, we get different pulses, cereals, etc. These all things we get from the agriculture. Here in this picture, you can see various pulses, various dals and cereals are there. Cereals like jawar, bajra, rice, wheat. These are the examples of cereals. And pulses means different kinds of dals like moong dal, tur dal, moong dal, chana dal, yes, etc. These are the examples of various kinds of pulses. Okay. Now let us talk about agro-based industries. Just now I told you that entire population, we have a lot of population in our country. So we all can't depend on agriculture. So children, it gave rise to agro-based industries. What are agro-based industries? The term agro means agriculture, based means dependent, and industries means the place where different things or goods are prepared. Now, let us see the examples of this. You can see the picture clearly. What all things you can see in the picture? Yes, anybody would like to answer? What things you can see in the picture, children? Yes, somebody said animals. Yes, cow, hen, duck. Okay. What else? Grass. Very good. Trees. Very nice. Okay. Yes, children. So you are giving me nice answers. You have observed the picture very nicely. Now see, children, one of the child told grass. Grass is nothing but the fodder which is created in the fields, and it is used to feed the cows, buffaloes and sheep. Okay. Now, after feeding them, now see, these all animals are very, very useful to us. Can you tell me that how these animals are helpful to us? What do we get from them? What do we get from them? From cow, what do we get? Yes, we get milk. From hen, what do we get from hen? Yes, from hen we get the eggs. Also, many people, they eat the chicken also. What else? Yes, we also eat the meat of the animals. And also, very good. And also we get many leather products from these animals, leather bags, leather belts, etc. These all things are obtained from the animals. Also, yes, fruits are also there. So from fruits, children, can you tell me from fruits, what do we get? Fruits we can eat directly, but later on, fruits can be useful for making other things also. So can you name those things? Yes, juices. Juices are prepared from different fruits. Your mother must be preparing for you, है ना? Mango juice, orange juice, etc. Okay. And also from these fruits, jams are prepared. Fruit jam, mixed jam, all these things are prepared from the fruits. And also the different squashes. You know, sometimes fruits are not available for the entire month, entire year. So what you do? The squashes are being made and it is being used for the rest of the months. So children, these are the different examples of agro-based industries. Now, let me tell you that in the ancient period, I just like to share this information with you. Do you know that in the ancient period, what man used to do? Ancient period means the period before your forefathers, or maybe during the period of your forefathers. Yes, in the ancient period, man did not know about farming, right? He would wander around in search of food. He used to move from one place to another, okay? And whatever things he used to get, he used to eat it, whether it was fruits, anything, vegetables, flesh of the animals, anything. But later on, he understood the concept of growing the crops, okay? Because these things were available from the nature or in the nature. So he began to have a lot of free time. And in that free time, he made many discoveries. And many industries were also developed during this period. You remember the invention of fire, the invention of wheel, and also the concept of cultivation of crops. All these things were done in those period. Okay. Now, children, I'm going to show you a few objects, and you have to tell me that what is the name of that object. Yes, children. What is this? Yes, I want the answers. What is this, children? Yes, it is a pot. Very good. What is this? Yes, any answers? Yes, it is a handkerchief. Somebody said hanky. Okay. So it is a handkerchief, or you can say a piece of cloth. That will also do. What is this? Yes, it is a book. More precisely, we can say it is a notebook. Okay. And in this notebook, there are different pages. Paper is there. Different pages are there. Okay. This is the notebook. But children, do you know all these things are final product, finished products, right? But initially, in the beginning, it was in that way. No, it was not in that way. Okay. This particular pot is the final product. Okay, it is the finished good. But in the beginning, it was first a clay, and then after several process, it was finally turned into a pot. Let us talk about of this piece of cloth or handkerchief. This is the final product. But in the beginning, it was just a cotton, and then after various processes, it was turned into a piece of handkerchief. Now, this one is the notebook. But initially, it was a notebook? No. This notebook or the pages in this notebook are obtained from what? From the wood. Not only this, notebook is made, but also different chairs, this chair, table. In the classroom where you sit, desk, benches, all such things are prepared from wood. And it takes a lot of time, children. Okay, maybe few weeks, months, or maybe a year. It depends on the quantity of the product, of the goods. Okay, now children, I would like to show you. See, there are many examples and many processes, many steps are involved in all such things, but we will see only one example in detail. Let us take the spot into consideration, and I'm going to show you what are the different steps, how the potter makes the pot, what all procedures are being done. Okay, so with the help of the slide, I'm going to show you this. Yes, I hope you can see this picture clearly. Now see, this is the first picture, children. This is the first picture. In this, you can see potter uncle first obtains good quality clay. Children, in order to make pots, very good quality clay is required. Okay, free from all the kinds of impurities, dust, small pebbles, etc. It is a good quality clay is used to do so. So potter uncle first obtains good quality clay. The second step, the second stage, what is done? To improve the quality of the pots, he mixes some other substances in the clay. So see, only clay is not there. Other substances are also used to make the pot. Then the third step is, see this man, what he is doing? In the third step, he mixes water in the clay and makes it soft and easy to shape. Okay, this is called kneading the clay. How your mother is kneading the dough. In the same way, the potter is kneading the clay. So see how he is standing, how he is, mixing with his legs, because it requires a lot of pressure, a lot of energy. So legs are the best things to do. So he mixes water in the clay and makes it soft and easy to shape. Okay. Then the fourth stage is he turns the kneaded clay on a wheel to shape the pot. I think this picture, this view is seen by most of us. Most of us. Okay, we don't know earlier what happened, what will happen. We don't know. But I think this picture is seen by most of us. Or suppose if your parent or your grandfather or somebody in your area is doing the work of pottery, so you must have seen. So this is the fourth step where he turns the kneaded clay on a wheel to shape the pot. Okay, any shape can be taken, depends on the potter. Okay, and also the size may vary. Sometimes it could be small, sometimes big, etc. And then finally, to make it hard, what has been done? The pots are baked in a clean to make them hard. Because see children, these pots we use in our house for any variety of purposes, to keep something, or to fill the water and keep, okay, drinking water. So for various purposes we use. So the pots are baked in a clean to make them hard so that it should not be broken easily. And finally, in the sixth step, we get the final ready pot. So have you seen children? There are various steps involved in this. And to do so, many weeks or maybe many months are required. So I'm sure that the concept of pot making is clear to you. In the same way as I shown you the notebook, handkerchief, you know. So in the same way, these things are prepared. They undergo into many steps. Okay. Now, children, let us talk about industries. As I told you earlier also, that industries are the place where different goods are prepared, or different things are prepared which we use in our day-to-day life. Okay, these are nothing but our daily requirement. Okay, so in the industries, again we have two categories, children. There are two categories into this. Two types of industries we have. One is small scale industries, one is large scale industries. Okay, now small scale industries means which is done on the smaller scale. Okay, maybe in the home or maybe in a small place. Okay, and large scale industries are nothing but, here in these industries, heavy goods, heavy vehicles, big things are prepared. Okay, basically you understand the concept of what happens exactly in the industries. First of all, any kind of raw materials are obtained and they are converted into final products. Okay, now for example, just now we saw the example of a pot. So pot is the final product, but what is the raw material which was used to make the pot? Yes, any answers from you children? Yes, it was clay. Absolutely correct. The correct answer you gave me. Clay is something which is the raw material in order to prepare the pot. When I spoke about notebook, paper or notebook was the final product, but the raw material which was used for that, it was wood. And then when I spoke about cloth, piece of cloth, it can be any cloth or any handkerchief, you can say, maybe the sari, your beautiful dresses, pants, shirts, etc. These all things, initially how it was, all these things are obtained from cotton. So cotton is the raw material for all such things. Okay, so I hope the concept of industries are very much clear to you. Now in this picture, various examples of small scale industries are given to you. First, you can see about the clothes. Second picture, you must have seen in Navratras. When Navratri is there, colorful pots are used, right? By Gujarati people. They decorate the pots and they make it look beautiful. So you can see that man, what he's doing, he's preparing all different kinds of colorful pots. Okay, here you can see. Third, that man is making the cloth. Then fourth, here down you can see they are making the basket. Okay, then next is preparing beautiful designer chairs. Okay, tables, etc. So these are the examples of small scale industries, which is done at home also, or maybe uh, the place where you reside, in front of your door. Especially these things happen in villages more. Okay, so these are the examples of small scale industries. Again, you can see the examples like soft toys. Okay, cloth bag, which is very very good. Instead of, we should not use plastic bags. Okay, we should avoid using plastic bags. Okay, so here in this example you can see cloth bag. Then you can see different kinds of, pots, small pots, or diya, the diya which is used in the festival of Diwali, small diyas. Okay, so all such beautiful things are undertaken in the house, or maybe in a small shop, or maybe in front of your house, especially when we talk about villages. Okay, now let me tell you, this is the picture of large scale industries where big things are prepared. Huh? What is that? Like school bus, your school bus in which you travel, your bicycle, or the paper of your notebook, textbook. Okay, these all things are prepared in the factories. There are such industries in your place also, in your district also. Okay, so I hope the examples are very much clear to you. You must have understood the concept of what is exactly small scale industries and large scale industries. Now, this is first part, children. We have some more topics also in this chapter only. So rest of the topics we will be doing in our next lecture. Now let us revise what we have studied today, so that the concept will be very much clear to you from the beginning. Let us revise what we have learned today, what we have seen today. Okay. Okay. So this is let me once again tell you, we have studied lesson number 22, who fulfills our needs. Okay, and we have saw the basic needs: food, water, shelter, and clothing. Then we saw the different kinds of occupations which we see in our day to day life. Okay, who are there around us. We saw the examples of different types of occupations like nature based occupation, agriculture, fishing. We saw the example of manufacturing, that is making automobiles, pot making, and weaving the cloth. Okay, then we saw the example of doing trade, that is selling of various cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, etc. And finally we have seen providing services, which is done by most of us. Okay, or we have seen them doing these services. They all serve us, and this is how we are dependent on them. And then we saw the importance of agriculture, that is we are highly dependent on agriculture. We saw different kinds of things which we obtain from agriculture. Also, we understood the concept of agro based industries. That means we are doing the things which is based on agriculture, but not exactly agriculture. Okay, which gave rise to agro based industries. We also saw the different examples. I discussed all these examples with you. We also saw that in the ancient period it was not so easy. The concept of farming was developed slowly and gradually. Okay, and then we saw the steps involved in making a pot, and this is the example of small scale industries and large scale industries. I hope everything is clear to you, and all these examples will help you to understand the topic to understand the concept very nicely. Okay? So if you have any doubts, if you have any questions,